Our first cold start. Got down to 27 last night. Oh, that's stuck. No problem. In the process of replacing the seats. This is the leather seat, the new one. This one took like an hour to get out because if you look here, it's all rusted and the bolts are all rusted in. Versus this one's all nice. So, yeah. But before I do that, I'm gonna vacuum this out because it's disgusting. Nice and pretty out there. I got the driver's side seat fully installed, so tilts and goes forward and backwards. So this is the original seatbelt buckle. Kind of ugly, it's a different color, but it works. So see, if I put the seatbelt on, stops beeping, and there's no airbag lights. So next thing I'm gonna do is swap out these panels for the black ones. Alrighty, so center console is installed. Excuse the mess. I tried cleaning this up a little bit. That's just wet. And I got some pins to pin the headliner up because that'll look a lot better. Unfortunately, previous owner did cut a lot of it out. So I'm not sure what I should do about that. If you have any suggestions, let me know, because I don't like how that looks, and in the back it's pretty bad. So here it is after I vacuumed it out. And I'm going to put the seat in, so it's not perfect, but the seat will cover most of this. I've done the same thing for this passenger seat, so this is the original seat belt, and I just spliced the wires because the resistance of the seatbelt buckle is different than the 08 that I had, so the airbag computer wasn't happy. Another thing that might make this install a little interesting is this rail is stuck. I found a piece of change, there's a quarter, stuck in the rail, and I got it out, but I think it broke the mechanism because even with the quarter out, the little latch here, which you can't even really see, but there's two, and one of them's jammed, so you can see one of them, when it goes in, the other one's stuck, so that this rail's not going to move. And I thought about swapping the rails, but they're different, as you can see, so I figured I wouldn't bother with it. This seat is stuck in the furthest back position and it's never been a problem, so I think I'll just live with it. But the problem is, when I was taking it out, this seat rail is not jammed, and you can see how it's supposed to work. Right there. Wish the camera would pick that up better. I'm gonna turn the flash on. Alright, flash is on, so you can see, I can see, maybe you can't. There's two, and that's how it's supposed to work, but only one of them was retracting and the other one's stuck. So this rail is not in the same position as this rail, so I'm gonna have to figure out how to align the rails before I put it in. I have the passenger seat installed and plugged in. I haven't bolted it down yet because I have to make sure I put the seatbelt buckle on correctly, because I believe the polarity does matter. So we'll see if we have any airbag lights. Okay, turned off. Alright, so I have a seatbelt buckle light. Let me buckle this seatbelt in. Alright, I think we're in good shape. Alright, I got the rear seats out. It needs a vacuuming. I'll do that. But I'm gonna swap in the leather seats. Alright, seats are done. As you can see, I got bench and the backs installed and cleaned up. I didn't change these like side panels because I couldn't get them out of my old car. They were rusted in. The bolts were essentially seized up, so I just decided not to deal with it. It doesn't look amazing, but I've run out of time on this project. My school break's almost over, so yeah. So as you can see, take the key. It's cleaned up. Carpets look a lot better. Move these out of the way, and we have no airbag lights, I believe. So means I wired up the 2 front seats properly. Yep. So seatbelt lights on because I don't have my seatbelt on, but we got no blink codes, so we're good to go. I just need to wire up the heated seats, but I'll do that later. Yeah, and this is the donor car. See, she's a little rusty. Just about everywhere you look, so we got rust there. We got rust somehow here, which is bubbling this up. And of course you got rust down here, and the whole frame, I don't know what you'd even call that, is pretty bad. So that's why I ended up moving away from this car, but the interior was in good shape, so yeah. I didn't take the carpet out because the previous owner stained it with something. See how it's kind of blue there? It smells awful, so I figured it's not worth taking the carpet out of this thing, but yeah, let's see if anyone wants it. I doubt it, but maybe for a low enough price. I mean, the engine is in good shape on this one. I swapped the engine out. It only has 110,000 miles on it, so we'll see. Currently in the process of connecting the 2006 infotainment, or not infotainment, just LCD display. So I have to splice the wires into this 2004 harness. Hopefully it works. Okay, it's like 2 hours later, but this is where we're at. Turn the ignition on, and we have a clock. Nothing else works, but you know, at least it lights up. Okay, so here we are in the car. For some reason these are still dim, so I gotta grab those from my 6. But we've got the leather seats in the front. These are this one is power, and that works. I've got leather seats in the back, and then I got my floor mats out of my old 6. I have the climate control working now. That was just a bad ground. And I got the radio working as well, so, or I should say I have the screen working now. Turn that off, turn it on, it works. I'll show some pictures of the process. I had to manually wire this into the car's harness, but it worked out. If I turn the headlights on, you can see, well, maybe you can't see, but the backlight works on the radio, and it works on here. Not on these, I just have to replace the backlight. Right now, turning the lights on does not make this dim. I didn't wire that in yet. I have to figure out how to wire that in, and it took a while, so decided not to do that for now. If I turn the car, well, turn the ignition on, see now we have climate control, which is nice. And if we auto, see it works, and there is there's fans. So, and you can set the temperature. I don't know why it's not going up. It only goes down. Interesting. There we go, now it's going up. But yeah, we got a fan. It works. so that's good. Go around the car. See, you got the headlights working on both sides. Tail lights always worked. Here she is. So, in terms of what's left of this car, there's two major things. One, this has a pretty bad oil leak. I'm not sure where it's coming from. I believe it's the valve cover gasket. It seems to be oil pressure based. So I need to fix that because whenever you drive this thing, it smokes, and the worst part is it gets into the cabin and then you get smoked out. It's hard to breathe. Not safe. So I need to fix that. I have a shop that's going to do it. I know if it is a valve cover gasket, it's not hard to do, but I'm not 100% sure if it is. So I'm going to have them diagnose it and fix it because I am running out of time. School starts next week and I just need a car that runs. So that's the plan for that. And then air conditioning will be done in the spring once it actually matters. So yeah, that's the status of this car. I'm going to start stitching together all the videos. I probably forgot some things, so I might add a clip after this, but I mean, here it is. So once this thing is fully done, I'm going to give it a bath, and once the oil is not leaking, I'll do an actual video driving it. So far, since I've rebuilt it, I've put a little over 400 miles. That trip has been reset, but yeah, I've put a little over 400 miles on it since I've rebuilt it, and it runs fine. It runs great, actually. I got about 23 miles a gallon from it, so the engine seems strong. It's just it has a bad seal somewhere. So anytime the RPMs go up above about, I'd say 3,000 RPM, it starts leaking oil really bad. So I mean, dripping oil. Shit coming up. Yeah, we got an oil light. We're done.